stream.
Hello,
stream.
How you been swimming?
Hello to our many fans. Welcome.
Excuse
bless
me.
you,
That was
Himbo.
loud. That was
That
Gimbal.
is- Gimbal.
Oh,
Was
was
not
it?
me.
Couldn't see who it was. It just sounded like Dean sneezing. Sorry.
Oh.
Anyway, bless you, Gimbal.
Thank you.
So, welcome to Procan's Rizzgizzards. It's session 17. So, a recap of what happened last time. So, as you can see, the team are in a very weird and wonderful place. If I zoom out, just for people to see, it's a massive map, and they are actually at a lizard lair. So, what has happened is that they fought off some bullywugs and kind of traipsed over to the lizard lair. They then found out that one of the 3 lizard folk that they had met on their boat actually could speak common all along and just didn't trust them. And now has kind of gained their trust, spent a lot of time, and has basically, they've met he took them, it's Krethic, he took them to meet the queen, and some of them had a few choice words with queens. Some of you are not the queen's favourite. Procan really does not like Tosca, who is passive today, and did not like Gimbal either.
Excuse
Kind
me.
of questioned Procan's authority in a way, and just basically insulted her. So didn't get off to a good start. So she didn't trust you walking around this lair on your own. Questioned your motives. Don't really know why you're here. You know, her experience is that commoners seem to, people like that speak common, or people that are not of the Saltmarsh and other lands, they have a motive for doing stuff, especially saving you 3 lizard folk that you brought with you. So Krethic has been kind of tasked with being your guard in a way, your kind of tour guide of the lizard folk lair. He took the nursery, where you saw lots and lots of different types of lizard folk, small and large, and saw his vast numbers of babies, and you saw a little one there that had just hatched. And yeah, and you basically have had a bit of a long trek. You're quite tired, and you've all are on a short rest at the moment. I realise we've not done. Oh yeah, we are going to do that first. So yeah, you're kind of now in quarter. You're having. You then go off to the feast, but before the feast starts, because you're only resting for an hour, Krethic has said he'll take you to any room that you desire. You can have an explore, and then he'll take you to the feast. And I think also it has mentioned that if you want to kind of gain the lizard folks' trust, you can slay the crocodile that threatens them, and is kind of like a bit of a nuisance. So that, but I think Krethic was very much saying, like, you know, that's something for tomorrow. So yeah, that's kind of where we've left you. Have I forgotten anything, dear Battle God? I think that's everything.
Yeah, I think so. At the end of the last session, we did tell you to have a think about if there's any rooms in particular you want to explore. It is about 1 PM currently, and that's why I've said you're not allowed to do a short rest, a long rest, at least not before the feast. Yeah, I think that's it. You have the opportunity to do your short rest in the barracks area, the common room area, if you will. But yeah, I think. Hang on. I think that is. I'm opening all the wrong things.
Can we know which room we're going for the feast, or is that not allowed?
You don't know yet. So before we do that, we want to give out our inspiration for this session from last session. This is an inspiration that does have to be used this session. And we are going to give it to Elrin and Gimbal. So that is 1d6 to an ability check of your choice. It is only one-time use. And that is given to you for your wonderful answers to your campfire questions.
Thank you.
It was very
Oh yeah.
insightful to your characters. This week's campfire question is: whom in the party do you trust the most and why? Remember, answer as part of your character. If your character says no one, they say no one. If they want to save face to all the other characters, then they can just, lie about it. It's entirely up to you how your characters answer this question. I think we can go ahead and start with we'll start with Clement, I think.
Oh. So who do I trust the most in our party? Well, obviously I have a lot of history with my friend Gerald. He looked on when I was a young sea captain, so I do trust him in that regard. But with recent actions and building up a rapport with them, I would have to say Earlis. She has a good backhand with a frying pan, and I feel like that's something I can trust in.
Oh, well, thank you very much. It's very kind of you to say.
Well, it's well deserved.
Sorry, Loki, piss off. We have next up is we'll go with Earlis.
Oh, well, I don't really think that any of you have given me a reason to distrust any of you. I like to try and see the best in all people. I think that I could trust, the vast majority of you, if not everyone, with anything. But I would have to return the sentiment a bit to Clement more so. But slightly elevated, simply for the fact that, you did prevent me from dying an awful death by centipedes. All days ago.
Yeah, these horrid centipedes.
Sorry. Next up is Gimbal Ningle.
Well, it's an easy one. The person, well, the who I trust the most in our party is Procan, because he is obviously with all of us and anything from within all of us and in our hearts all the time. But if I had to pick someone who's real, I mean someone who's, excuse me, I'm just gonna cross myself. Someone more tangible, shall we say? Well, it's a toss-up. I mean, Gerald on one hand has given me lots of berries, and I think providing me with food is one of the closest ways to mine. But yeah, Earlis has been very caring and forgiving to the group, I think, as well, and putting up with us. But I think trusting in the most literal sense, I'd have to pick Himbo, purely because he's so dense he couldn't possibly have any ulterior motives that we couldn't immediately figure out.
Hey.
Take that as a positive, my good man.
For the record, Gimbal has a -2 to intelligence and Himbo has a +1.
But wisdom is the real is the real marker of it.
Of which
Oh, no.
Gimbal has a +1 and Himbo has a +0.
Aha! It's not about what you know; it's about how you know it, or something.
Himbo, you'd like to respond to this?
Yeah. I generally trust people as far as I can throw them. And I could throw you way too far, Gimbal. No one deserves that much trust. I must say, I trust Elrin the most. He is truly a worthy adversary. Much rather punch him, but, you know, here we are. Working together, I suppose.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I mean, you are pretty hefty, so I can't throw you very far, but out of the trust levels and throwing levels, you'd be there.
Thanks. I'm honoured.
You shouldn't be.
Last up is
yeah,
Elreen.
Yeah, I think this depends on the context. In a fight, I'd want Himbo with me, but almost anywhere else, the person I'd want with me was Clement. She's shown herself to be capable, not an idiot. Thank you.
I think.
Let's hope so.
Yes. At least I'm not going this time. No, the actual.
Oh, Clement.
Okay, well, wonderful.
Lovely.
I think we can go ahead and begin the session. So you guys are currently in your short rest. Short rests take about an hour of like no strenuous activity, just kind of lounging around and talking and chilling. Is there anything you wish to do during your short rest?
I would like to commune with nature if there's any roots thing in this little underground bunkery place.
Make a perception or investigation check, your choice.
I forgot to get my dice out before the session started. I'm starting off strong. Where's my d20? This is probably it.
That was a nice rattle.
It was, wasn't it?
ASMR. Like a Pringle.
I'm gonna go with the perception check because my +2 investigation is 0. Perception, that's 15.
Like looking around, there's so the walls they're not like solid brick walls. There's like brickwork in places, but a lot of it is like compacted mud and dirt, and kind of running your hand across it. There is some like old roots that begin to like stick out from the walls where it's dried out and is starting to crumble a little.
Okay. Is that enough for me to commune with? I've not done this before.
You'll have to give it a go and find out.
I don't know how to do that. It just says that I can commune with nature to get like a spell slot back during a short rest by sitting and meditating. My natural recovery, it's called.
Natural recovery. I was going to say commune with nature is a natural spell.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think that's good. You spend, how long is it? 5 minutes? 10 minutes?
It doesn't say.
Yeah, you spend a hot minute, kind of just being one with this singular root that is poking from the dirt. Everyone, you're kind of looking on, and she's sat in the dirt, hand against the wall, eyes closed, doing very slow, deep, purposeful breaths, for a good 3-4 minutes. Yeah, go ahead and mark your spell slot.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else want to do anything?
Yeah, I have remembered that I took my boots off when we got out of the rowing boat, like 2.5 sessions ago.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I could find some in these barracks, which I could do unstrenuously, and maybe just take them.
I mean, at the end of the beds, there are chests at the end of each bed. But you're not alone in there. There are lizard folk in there. Let me see.
Alvin, you can't just take things that don't belong to you.
You're communing with nature, so you know this probably.
Oh, that's true.
Would it be too strenuous to try and take them while short resting?
What, to try and open the chests? So you go over to the first chest, and you flick it open. It is unlocked, and the 2 lizard folk in the corner, one of which is Krethic, the other, I can't remember what we called him. They both immediately look your direction, just to kind of assess what you're doing. Make an investigation check for me.
Investigation?
Yes, please.
23.
It's full of mostly personal possessions. There are no boots in there, because glancing over at the lizard folk, you notice they do not wear shoes. But there is a crude wooden carving of a crocodile.
I will reclose the chest and look unsuspicious.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give up on my quest for shoes for now.
You see, just walking around raw dogging it, bare feet.
Yeah, I close the chest like using the gap between my toes. That's how I do it. Just like grab it with my big toe and like just close the chest. And I give the Krethic and the other one a nod.
They give you a nod back. The rest of your short rest goes unbothered, unimpeded. There's lots of just gathering yourself. It's been a long day. You're all feeling exhausted. This short rest was very much worth it. And
does it restore hit points? A short rest. Sorry.
You can spend your hit dice to restore hit points. Yes.
Cool.
Anyone else want to do anything?
What does spend hit dice mean?
There's a D8? Where's that? Oh.
So on your character sheet it'll say maximum hit points, and then underneath that it'll say hit die, and I think you will have like 3D somethings.
Yeah, I've got 3D8.
Do I use them in short rest? Is that like?
Yes, that's how you
regain
hit points.
Use it.
So you have a total of 3D8.
Yeah.
And you can roll all 3 of them. But then if you do not, so if you get a short rest again, you won't be able to heal up anymore. because you've used all your hit
Can I
die.
just roll one and then, like, can I roll one d8 and then 2 another rest? Is that how that works?
Yeah, if you want to. Or if you think you're not going to need another short rest before your next long rest, because they come back at your next long rest,
Yeah.
then you can just roll them all if you want to. It's up to you how you want to use them.
I can't believe I could have been doing this last time and I didn't know until today. Okay.
So yeah,
Thank
if any
you.
of you want to roll hit die, go ahead and do so now.
Gonna do it.
Good thing I checked, eh?
Mm.
12, d12, d12. Wow. Got to do maths now.
Okay. So, is there anything else you want to do during your short rest? I'm just thinking Clement, Gimbal, Himbo.
Oh, I can't hear you at all.
Sorry, I was talking away. I just said Himbo, Gimbal, Clement, is there anything you want to do on your short rest?
This is a cave, right?
Yeah. It's in like when you were sailing round,
Yeah.
you saw this like hill, it's in that hill. Yeah.
Right. Can I scurry about on the floor to find any mushrooms or moss or otherwise edible flora?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, maybe roll an investigation check.
Sure thing. That will be. Oh no. 16.
Okay. So Krethik and the other two are having are just like kind of staring at you confused as you're like scurrying about underneath the beds, like looking about underneath, like looking on the walls, like you're putting a lot of effort into trying to find anything on the floor, and sadly there's no mushrooms, but in the corner, underneath actually the bed of this, I think it's Thruk, that's it, Thruk. You find in like the right in the corner, like the tiniest little bit of, you see like a green, like dark green, and you reach out and touch it, and you see it's like a really soft, it's moss basically, but it's like the tiniest little bit, because obviously inside this cavern it's like this layer, it's very packed in. They've done well to get rid of any damp, but there's the tiniest patch of moss.
Oh well, I'm just gonna pat it and then look disappointed that there isn't a big pile of it, and then just leave it be.
Okay. Okay, cool. Himbo, do you want to do
Are the walls made of stone? Or are they like mud?
I think from what DM Battle said, it's compacted mud.
Boring.
Understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's right. It's like a compacted mud with the occasional like mud brick type bit, like around the doorways and stuff. There's mud brick.
No, I just cry about my dog.
Okay.
Rip Grammy.
And then Clement.
I just mute. No, I've got nothing I want to do.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Then I guess your shot is over. You kind of Krethik has been kind of talking to friends over here. And he kind of has been left you an hour to just kind of do your business. Like, I think it's been a bit of a weird experience for Liz folk, seeing one person crying, Himbo crying, Gimbal scurrying around on the floor, Airless meditating, and Elrin just opening a chest and closing it, as you guys have been milling about. So he kind of approaches you and says, "Well, I hope you've had a nice time chilling out. We've now got a couple of hours before the feast. Is there anything that is there anywhere around here that you'd like to take a look at?"
Can we get a zoom out on the map? My favourite DM, one of my favourite DMs.
Ooh, favourites, eh?
Map showing DM, the one. I'm trying to read this thing very quickly whilst trying to multitask.
I think we should go to room 28. Start that way.
There's room 69.
Oh.
Where is room 28? Where the fuck do you see it?
28. It's to the right of our room.
Oh, that one. See, I looked at 27 and thought 28 would be next to 27, but it's like a bloody advent calendar, isn't it?
Yeah, I just thought that as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've not seen much of where we've been, so it makes sense to go to the room next door.
Did we want to go to a cobbler's or anything? I don't know. They've got cobblers here, but you know, they might need foot
Oh.
armor.
Like cobblers are shoes, right?
Yeah, I believe so. We can do shoes where I'm from.
No. I'm experimenting in new ways. Is there a door like leading to room 28?
There is, yes.
Yeah, I would like to try and open it using my feet to show that this chest thing earlier wasn't just me being weird. It's just something I do.
Oh my god.
Make a dexterity check with disadvantage, as it is not something that you do.
First one is 25. Second one is 13.
Your toes wrap onto the, I guess, door handle, although there's not really a door handle. It's kind of like a shitty latch.
Or is it a pull door and it's difficult?
And you kind of wobble a little bit, and the door does not open.
Must be locked. I say, then I tell to the others. That's right. I think we should go this way though. Can we go this way?
Yeah, Krethic.
Krethic.
He walks towards the door and says,
"Yeah, we can go in it. I mean, yeah, we can have a look. You can have a look inside. It's the officers' quarters. There's not much to see, but you can have a peek inside." And he kind of opens the door for you. "I'll wait here for you." So he's kind of like standing guard as you go. That's by the door.
So as the door opens, you see inside. There is a plain wooden table and wooden chair against the south wall of the room. On the table sits a wooden bowl. A single bed stands against the east wall, a wooden chest at its foot. You want to get rid of 28.
There we go. So who's gone in? Have you all gone in? I mean, it's quite a small room.
I'm quite small.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait outside.
Can I just peer like into the door and just?
Yes, you can.
Because there's a lot of people.
Gimbal. What do you
Um, yeah, I'm quite small, so I'll just peek through.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know what to do in this room. We're just here. Shall we carry on? Is there a door going upwards?
Yeah.
I open that door
Okay.
With your
With my
hands?
feet.
Graphics, like,
with my feet.
Roll a dexterity
not-
check with disadvantage.
It's a thing to do. 24.
No.
Natural 20. That's
Disadvantage.
disadvantage, so. Yeah, 24 is the one.
you get your drawing.
You've kind of
Yeah,
learned from
Plus
your
9.
mistakes, and you knock the door open this time, and it leads out into
excellent.
a corridor.
If I do this enough, do I get rid of the disadvantage?
No,
Like, it's just a skill I have.
Oh goodness.
not unless you were like
Um,
part ape, which you're not. You're just elven.
Or okay.
Okay, so as you're doing that, I'm just a view of what's around. Graphics, so wait. Elrin, I have to stay with you. Let me guide the
Oh,
way.
I
Where can
lead
we
on.
go
I don't know what's this way. Just opening doors.
Yeah,
so
and you're
we're currently at a. Oh, I was just gonna. So you're currently at a fork in the road. To the right, we've got some sleeping quarters. There's a lot of quarters to the right. Some of our yeah, it's basically all quarters. There's our drill hall. There's some prisoner. There's some prison cells, a guard post. It's basically like sleep-in and prisoners on the right, and then on the left we've got our more kind of like our stores, our vestry. What is a vestry?
Pastry.
They make vests.
Our temple. We've got other quarters. There's a banquet hall as well, but we can't go there for a couple of hours. That's being sorted out for the feast. And then we've got a armory, our guard room. Yeah, to be honest with you, this is mostly quarters because we've had to flee our place. You've seen the nursery and the hatchery. So yeah, and there's a cave. That's the entrance that you came through. So yeah, but there's obviously, as our queen Offa Kent said, there's lots of lizard roaming around, and she said we need to gain your trust. So we expect you to be charismatic, and talk to the lizard folk and see what they whether they trust you or not, and they'll report back to the queen.
I'm not the best at this socializing thing. People don't tend to like it when you just go into their quarters and start talking at them. So maybe we should go to the left. What do you think?
Yes, is there like a social area where the salt of the earth, people mill about and chat?
Yeah, that looks like a plan.
Give me 1 second. I'm just checking my map.
You've not been here long then? Still getting used to it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been away for a while, I'm just, we've got, to be fair, there's quite a few people that would be in the kitchen, and to be fair, there's quite a few people all roaming around in the different rooms. You've got the temple, the barracks, the armory. Yeah, there's lots of different places that we could take you.
So, can you take us to people?
Well, yeah, but as I said, those are all the places with people, probably. I mean, there'll be people everywhere,
Right,
so...
what else did you say, sorry?
There's a temple, there's a kitchen,
Ooh.
we've got our
A kitchen.
barracks as well. And also, like, as long as you stay out of some of the more important people's quarters, most people, because you've got me there, I'm sure they'll be happy to talk to you, see what you're about.
Well, I heard
Vestry as well.
Oh, we could go have a look before the feast to see how things are made.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Yeah, I feel like you'd enjoy that, Erla.
Yeah.
I just.
Alright then.
Lead on.
Oh, please, can we go to the kitchens?
Let's go
Of course.
kitchens.
Yes,
Of course,
please.
let's go to the kitchens.
Oh, I'd love to see, like, you know, your traditional lizard folk meals and dishes. Oh gosh, there's so much to learn in a kitchen.
And so much to eat.
Yes.
Save room in your stomachs. We've got a feast. Okay.
Line your stomachs.
Amy, help me. Where's the kitchen?
Number 7.
Thank you.
It's like she knows this map like the back of her hand. Flash advent
Uh,
calendar.
Alice will walk underneath all the tall people's legs to get towards the front. She is enthusiastic.
I just forgot about Lisa.
I know, that's what I
Caught my
just-
attention.
That's what I just thought.
The worst bit is I nearly called her the Mona Lisa. Completely wrong Lisa. Oh dear.
Gimbal, as you're stood outside the kitchen, you notice a smell of cooking meat with an acrid tang to it. And they can hear chattering. You can hear chattering, muffled clanking, and general busybodiness from outside. As the door is opened, warm air wafts gently through the doorway. At one end of the room is a large fire pit in which a bed of coals is burning. Over it are multiple half-cooked, skinned animal carcasses impaled on spits that are being turned by 4 lizard folk. A 5th worker bastes the carcass with liquid spooned from a wooden bucket. In the centre of the room is a long wooden table cluttered with an assortment of knives, raw meat, and splinters of bone. On the floor beneath the table are some uncured hides. Besides the table are 2 large wooden buckets. Against the south wall rests a large wooden cabinet. Its shelves are piled high with clay pots, bowls and basins and drinking mugs. Against the west wall stand 3 large wooden barrels. Against the east is an open wooden cask containing a white crystalline substance and 3 wooden buckets. A large iron cauldron, currently empty, hangs from the ceiling, suspended over the fire pit.
Can we recognise any of the meat? Do I have to roll a perception check? Or?
So before you go in, Krethik kind of says, right, before we go in, don't eat anything. I've noticed some of you are a bit pesky. You're a bit eager. This is all being prepped for the feast, so please don't touch anything. You'll get to try it in a couple of hours, all right? And I will say, I'm trying to think, how long would it take them to travel from that room to that room, actually?
Not long. I
And
just have a rough estimate of the time.
okay, cool. Okay, then Clement, you said you wanted to know what the meat was.
Yeah. So can I tell from visually looking, or will I have to ask, or do a perception check?
Do a medicine check for me.
Medicine?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Shit. It's a 7. A lowly 7.
Oh wait, no, nature check. Sorry.
Shall I re-roll then?
Yeah, you can do.
Let's take myself. If it's worse, then it got worse. It's a 2. It got worse. It got...
You.
Oh no, it makes it 4. I get to +2 on next. We're fine.
You can't tell. However,
Right.
Oceanus
Oh.
kind of
What's that?
gasps and points
That's it.
points at 2 of the carcasses, and is like wide-eyed, frantically pointing.
Lizard boy, what do you see?
Oh no.
Remember, he doesn't speak common.
That's why I'm waiting
I
for
was
someone
gonna-
who can speak
I
to
was
him
gonna-
to talk.
What are you observing that I can't observe? Because clearly I have no kind of ability to observe it.
So who again?
Oh, one
So
of
who
those.
again?
Oh, are they eating them?
I mean, this is a kitchen.
It's two. So who again? Shark!
Okay. It's alright, Oceanus. It's alright.
Is this happy crying or is it sad crying?
Sad crying, no, they're sad
Oh
crying.
no.
I'm sad at the shark. I'm sad
Yeah,
at the shark.
He's upset
Oh.
about the shark.
Oh, there,
Usually-
there.
Yeah. Tusk usually would have some wise words, but I don't really have any.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm gonna pat
I'm
his hand.
sure he tastes great.
I'm not. The Sakuagin will taste great. I'm not sad about that
Yeah.
at all.
Remember the Sahuagin. Never mind, you don't know what the Sahuagin are.
Yep.
What is a surrogate?
Well played.
You can tell me off later DMs.
No, it's fine.
Oh, I don't know what.
That was my awesome. But yeah, what's a surrogate, Oceanus?
I'm just trying.
Because you said you weren't upset about that, right?
They're bad. They're very bad.
They're very bad.
They're very bad.
Thanks, Oceanus.
They hunt and kill things. They've killed my people.
Okay. And are they frequently on land? Do you know? I mean, I know this is supposed to be your first time on land, but like.
No, they're horrible. They can swim. They're in water. They're horrible. They're horrible people. They're very evil.
Do they eat you?
They would if they could.
Okay.
They are
What do they look like?
humanoid-looking creatures,
Ah.
like a cross between humanoid and fish things.
We sent the head of one before. If you
Yeah.
scroll up,
That is
Yeah.
kind of how
Ah.
I picture Oceanus anyway. So
that's not ocean.
Okay.
I thought Oceanus was
Can I-
part fishman.
Can I like, as he's talking, I'm relaying this to our friends rather than me repeating.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
relaying this. So, is Kretik part of this conversation? I assume he is.
Yeah, he's
Am I
there.
Okay, cool. Kretik, what do you know about our whatchamacallit? What are they called?
Sahuagin.
Sahuagin. What do you know about Sahuagins? Because that is looking familiar from the Queen's room, Her Majesty's room, and it's obvious that you're dishing one up.
I mean, yes, we're they're absolute sea devils. I'm not surprised your friend Oceanus hates them. They're sea devils. They tear apart our seas, and they are horrible, horrible creatures. And as you can see, we've had to deal with a few of them recently.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
that's all I can say.
Hmm. Yeah, Alice is gonna walk past or under people's legs. She's gonna want to ask questions to the people spinning meat sticks. She knows that like they won't be able to understand it, but she's gonna ask anyway.
Go for it.
Yeah. Gonna scurry past people's legs, get right into the thick of it, and be like, oh, hello, oh, hi. My name's Erilys of the Hill Bottoms of the West Plains Shire. What are you cooking here? Are these the fish species? You know, how do you make something so wicked taste so delicious? I'm assuming.
Spice oil, the one closest to you says.
Oh, spices and oil. I do like spices and oils.
Roast.
Yeah. Oh, how long?
Long.
Oh, you know, until they're crispy golden or flaky. You know, what's the ideal? Tell me everything. You know, fill me with knowledge.
Crispy. Tender.
Ooh.
Long.
Ooh. Oh, that sounds
Juicy.
delicious. Oh, I can't wait to try. You seem like a master cooksmith. You know, it's already looking quite delicious right now. You know, but I eagerly await to sample some of your delicious lizard folk delicacies.
He just stares at you and goes, long. Doesn't really understand what you're saying.
Yes, very long. Yes,
Delicious.
delicious, yummy, yummy.
Delicious.
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 Yes, delicious. It looks delicious.
Long. Delicious.
Yes. You know, if you say so, absolutely.
They all laugh at each other.
Elf is going to join in, not quite understanding why, but like.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything in this room?
While everyone's laughing, I'm just gonna try and peel a bit of skin off of the shark and like nibble it.
There is no skin on the shark.
Oh. Does it have fins? How is it cooked? I pictured it whole.
You're a vegan.
It is.
I've eaten fish before.
It is whole. However, it's
Okay.
It's been skinned and its fins have been removed.
All right. Never mind.
Also, a shark fin. Were you trying to steal a shark fin? You know how small you are. Anyway, Krethik kind of ushers you all back out the room and says,
Right, I think you've seen enough of that. Where can I take you next?
Do you have any shops?
Shops?
Yeah. For like
You think this is an outlet mall?
You might be
No, he
selling
already
some.
told us. They don't have an economy, remember?
No shops.
No shops.
No. We have our stores, but that's for us. And we've got our vestry.
What is a vestry?
"That's a good question."
It's where we put our ceremonial objects, like things from our battles that we care about deeply.
Should we like be
Oh,
paying respects to things, gods?
It's affiliated, yeah, with our temple we have here too.
Should we go there?
before we leave, can I give the cooks a gift?
You can try.
I've got like a couple of pounds of chili somewhere in my or my bag or whatever I'm carrying around with me. And I will hand it to them and I'll be like, you know, chili, very spicy.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
I can't find persuasion. That's a 9. Oh no, not with advantage. Oh, I can do it again. Oh, that's way better. Okay. That is 20. That was an 18 with a +2.
Yeah, they take it from you, bow their heads in thanks. And
Long.
they begin to pass it out amongst
Very
each
long.
other, sniffing and like licking and giving a small taste to it.
Sorry, that was merely laughing, not Ellis, by the way. Sorry. Just wanted to clarify.
All right then. If we go to our temple, you must swear not to desecrate it in any way. And he points at Gimbal. In any way.
I'll only swear to not do it as long as the temple is dedicated to a deity that is worth not desecrating.
Perhaps.
Can we
We
just like
shouldn't go.
compare notes to make sure what we think of as desecration lines up with your version, so we don't do it by accident, or we potentially stop Gimbal from doing it on purpose?
Gonna just shoot you a look.
Perhaps someone should hold Gimbal while we're there.
You just got to show respect, yeah, and treat it with a bit of kindness. It's sacred. Okay? Don't be violent. Don't thrash your bodies around. It is to our God. Respect the place of our God.
What's your god's name?
It is. Oh, go on.
You two.
You're gonna have to ask our shaman that.
Interesting.
He should be in there, I think.
So, as you all make your way to the temple, which is room 12, you pass by several other doors on your way past. Nope, you pass by one other door on your way past. And he kind of, Krethik, upon reaching the door, places his hand on the wooden door, turns to look at you all, and makes a shushing motion with his finger on his mouth before pushing the door open. Sweet perfume hangs in the air of this place of worship. At the far end, a lizard folk crouches before a stone altar. To each side of the altar are small lit burners, while at its centre a candelabrum holds 4 lit candles. Above the altar, the south wall is decorated with a marine fresco of a lizard warrior brandishing a club. Blue and green drapes cover the east and west walls. Who is anyone proficient in religion?
No.
Not even me.
I'm pretty I've got like a +3 to intelligence, but I've got no proficiency there.
I would say Clement.
Yeah, so I might probably myself.
As a
+2.
As a sea a seagoer, make a religion check.
Okay. If I score higher than this on the things. 17.
Yeah, that's fine.
+2, that's 19. So yeah.
The mural depicts Semuanya, a lizard folk deity. You know nothing of Semuanya other than the name and the image. And the club in the mural has sharp-looking seashells embedded within it. You do notice a single lizard folk worshipping at the altar, and Amphibane. One sec. That's a worm. What? Where is it? Two-headed pit viper looking things. Oh. You don't see two. You don't see them at all.
Good to know.
Don't see what.
You didn't hit anything. It's fine.
Yeah, shit.
There is no
sorry.
one, nothing to
That's
worry about.
okay. That's okay. You're ill. It's cool. I'll give you that. Okay, so Graphic has kind of led you in. And he's kind of like, make sure you're quiet. Our shaman is meditating. Kind of, I'm just gonna pull you in.
Can I loudly burp as I enter?
Okay.
Oh god.
Act out.
Excuse me.
And Kevin's just like, shh.
Sorry.
Upon hearing the burp, the shaman kind of looks over his shoulder and sees like you all there. And they, I guess, yeah, he's kind of looks a bit bewildered, unsure of why you're there, because obviously Krethic's there, but he doesn't know you very well. Like, he doesn't, like, as in, he doesn't know what Krethic's there with you for. And he talks in their language to Krethic. How Krethic says something to Krethic, and Krethic says something back. They're kind of like, I don't know. I'm trying to do it. What was I supposed to say? Like, I don't know. That's what you can hear. Obviously their language is a lot better than that. But yeah, that's what you can hear. He just wanted to know what I was doing here with you, and I said the Queen was kind of getting me to give you a tour. And yeah. Is there anything you guys want to do? He just kind of the shaman's just stood there.
I'm gonna look around and wave at the shaman.
He waves back, or like more bows his head, his head, their head.
Is there like a collection plate? I'd like to, or donation, a thing.
There, upon the altar, you see not a collection plate, but a gathering of items, kind of placed upon there as what seem to be either items of worship or offerings.
Cool. Because I think I've got a golden skull from the haunted house. I'm gonna put that on the altar and like at the charm. Because I don't really want it anymore, but he doesn't need that.
You.
So whereabouts are you going? Like
up to the altar.
Okay.
Um,
So,
go on.
okay, do you want to go?
No. you-
So, as you do that, the shaman kind of puts an arm out, or I say arm, whatever their arm is like.
I mean, they have
and
arms.
stops you. Yeah, well,
They
yeah,
have
you know,
arms.
stops you, kind of stops you in your and kind of says to like, he kind of communicates in Krethik, so wait, you cannot go closer. You could get attacked. I don't know why I've gone posh again.
It's your second language. We understand.
Yeah.
I'm just picking up all your accents, you see. So yeah, it's his. Don't go too close. We have some secret trickery to stop people stealing. The shaman will take that from you and put it on the altar.
I take a step back and I pass my golden skull to the dude.
He.
Do a charisma.
Yeah.
check?
A persuasion check.
Yeah.
Oh, charisma persuasion. 13.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
He. Yeah. He
Okay.
he takes it from your hand, kind of holds it in his and twists it round, allowing the light from the candles in the room to reflect from the gold. And he begins to spin it in front of him, inspecting it, kind of looking on the bottom, around the top, and then in a quick motion crushes it within his hands, and says to Krethik in his lizard language, whilst allowing the remains of it to crumble onto the floor. And Krethik turns to you all and says,
That's fake gold. That's fake gold.
What? It's fake.
It's fake gold.
I thought it was real gold.
You gave fake gold as an
No,
offering?
I thought I was giving real gold as an offering.
Well, it's
We've all been tricked here. I'm also angry.
Well, you're not showing it.
It's a wood elf thing.
like the toes.
Like like the toes. And I give them a wiggle.
Is there anything else you want to offer? Because the shaman is a bit insulted.
I have something.
Oh no.
Oh, don't do a kiss or something.
I'll motion to Elrin to be like, but you go first if you want. If you have anything
I'm
else.
trying to remember what other valuable objects I've picked up.
Alright,
I
in
think
the
I've got a
meantime-
crystal. Sorry, I've got a very long list of things. Carry on.
I'll say I'll hand in one of my fistful of Procan branded pens and hand it over and say, I know it's not much.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Persuasion. 18. 6. Can I use my inspiration on that?
You can.
Do I... What's that again?
It's 1d6.
So I add 1d6 to that 8. 3. Sorry to that.
So what did you get?
9.
Okay. takes them off of you. And again, is actually quite thoroughly examining it. It's like looking at these pens. Imagine like someone was like marbles or like stuff in their hands. They're like he's moving it, feeling the holy energy that could be there. And after a while, he kind of gives kind of a disdained look towards Krethic and like launches them across at the floor, throws them at the floor in front of you. And Krethic's like, "You gave him pens? Pens of another god?"
I mean, they're always good to write with. You never know when you might need to take some quick notes. I didn't even notice the pattern on them.
We don't have a written language. Your
Well,
intelligence is showing.
maybe those can help you
No.
start one.
Ugh,
Um,
kind of rolls his eyes.
I can tell I've put my foot in it here, so I'm just gonna pick up my pens off the floor and just back away.
Elrin, did you have a crystal? Like, what
Yeah, I
did you find
have a
anything?
crystal orb also from the
Oh.
house, which I don't want
No,
anymore.
that makes me
So-
believe that it might not be genuine.
No. But
I don't know if we can risk
Some-
angering them again with something that's fake.
The pens weren't
I
fake.
thought.
Ignore that.
I'll hand over the orb, and I'll be like, "Can
On
you
the
not
wheel.
break it if you don't like it?" I'll try and. Someone else might want it. We meet many people.
Make a
I tell
persuasion
that-
check.
Persuasion, that's charisma as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're just gonna look around notes.
It's the
This is
wrong
thing
guy to be doing.
This is an 8. I've
Oh, no.
9 minus 1. Yeah, charisma's not my strong suit.
He takes the crystal from you, and again thoroughly inspects, turns it upside down, spins it around. He gives it a small sniff and a little lick.
It's been in my pack for a while.
And he kind of tosses it up into his hand and catches it again, and tosses it up and catches it again, and then bites down on it. And after giving it a small bite, he launches it at the floor, and it shatters into pieces, and he just spits onto the floor and mutters the same word of fake to Krethic.
Okay. I'm going to bring out the big guns right now.
Someone doesn't like presents. Bet he's fun on
Haunted
his
house.
birthday.
It's terrible.
I'm gonna offer to him the last of my wildflower supply.
Okay.
Thrust a little bouquet at him.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, ooh. Getting all the advantages today. Um, 12.
Do you roll again?
Yeah, that was me rolling again. I rolled a 10, I got a +2, and the other one was a 6.
Okay, so he kind of so are you handing it to him?
Yeah. Well, I'm offering it out to him. Yeah, if he chooses to take it, that's his decision.
So he takes them very delicately with your. He has to bend over small hands, and they're quite, I would say, quite big in your hands, but are kind of quite small in his two hands because he's a lot bigger than you.
Mhm.
And kind of just looks at them. He doesn't do anything else. He just looks at them and closes his eyes. And you wait for like a few seconds, and he kind of starts muttering something like a sentence or a speech, and he's basically saying, I'm going to just say what it is, but it's to Krethic who's relaying this to you. It is very special when someone acknowledges our God. Our God is the God promises and brings survival and propagation, and these wildflowers are a symbol of how life can survive and propagate. So thank you. And kind of turns around and you watch him put the flowers on the old.
Now being stood slightly closer to the altar, you do see that upon the altar, the things that seem to have been offered upon it are two tridents, a net of some kind, like a fishing net, and some war trophies taken from the taken from what you can assume is Sahuagin.
I'm gonna bow respectfully and say, out of character for a second, when that worked, like my mouth was just like wide open, like what the fuck? I didn't think that would work. But yeah, in character, I'm gonna bow respectfully to the shaman.
They bow back, kind of turn around and keep meditating.
It's very much a gesture to leave.
Okay.
Alright then, I think you've had your fun. Shall we head to the feast?
Woohoo!
Yes, let's go.
Feast time.
Let's get out of this
Feast
dingy old
time.
dump.
Yay.
I mean, beautiful temple.
Beautiful temple.
Did I just hear him say dumb?
I didn't.
No, I said clump. A beautiful clump of offerings to your more than worthy god.
Yep. Feast time.
Feast
Yeah.
time.
Feast, feast, feast.
Okay, just gonna grab him if I can. So you go room 10.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, yes. Let you enter the other way because I feel like that's better.
What number is this?
10.
Thank you. So, there are, as you enter, the smell of roasted meats and root vegetables, and kind of this salty brine scent hits your nose. Entering, there are several lizard folk, like a lot, just more than you can count. There are tables set with wooden and stone utensils. There are long wooden tables placed end to end in the centre of the hall, with wooden benches running along each side. At the south end of the tables is a large wooden chair, and 4 slightly smaller chairs flank it, 2 on each side facing the table. Placed on the tables are earthenware pots, jars, plates and cups, drinking mugs, and woven baskets filled with fresh baked bread. against the west and east walls are tall wooden cupboards. The atmosphere is one of joyous celebration and indulgence. Kind of, it depicts an evening of culinary delights and camaraderie within the walls of this feast hall. The light along the sides kind of fills your eyes as remember the hallways are black, you cannot see anything in them, and it just fills your heart with warmth. There are tapestries strung from the sides of the walls in that same blue-green kind of colour that was in the temple, and there's the scent of spices, and although there is no music within, you can hear laughter and chattering, and some of the children lizard folk run laps around the tables, chasing one another and nipping at each other's tails, and there's a general atmosphere of family and unity and friendship. And at the head of the table is the Queen.
Yeah, Krethic kind of says, "Off you go, enjoy." We're usually our feasts last between 3 to 5 hours. There's many courses. I'm sure that gnome of yours will love it. So just enjoy, mingle, and I'm sure our queen will say a few words very shortly.
Mingle is my middle name.
Literally.
Or is that my surname? Wait, not quite. Anyway, let's eat.
Yeah.
You said it feels like a family atmosphere.
Yes.
Are we welcome by like people? Is there a vibe?
Make an insight check.
Insight 14 plus something. 16.
There's a sense of uneasiness within the room. You're not unwelcome, but you're not part of the family.
Mm-hmm. I think Elrin would also be uneasy in the whole room. So, is there a space for us to sit, or are we expected to just slot in wherever?
There's gaps you can fill. You have not got a reserved seat, if that's what you're asking.
Oh yeah. Is there a gap big enough for like all of us?
Not really. There's
You're
like
assuming you want to sit next to
there's a couple of gaps that might fit 3 or 4 of you, but there's none that'll fit all 8 of you.
Can I find a seat in the corner of the room, furthest away from the Queen Lady, please? Perfect. Oh, would my back be facing from there?
Yes, your back would be facing her.
Could I move on to the table just below then, so I can like see everything?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Cool, I'll go there then. And I will just start helping myself to food that I recognise.
I'm gonna ask God. You go here, you.
I don't know. Meat things, vegetable things. I'll just eat.
I assume there is meat we recognise, or like food we recognise.
There's breads, there's root vegetables, there's like broths or like soup looking things. There's salt on the table. There's there's foods you recognise, and then there's also various fish, red meat. Yeah, there's stuff.
Okay.
Clement.
Mm-hmm.
I know that it is well, where I'm from. If someone's hosting a big gathering or a big meal, you usually greet the host. Should we greet the I can't remember her name, whatever her name,
You mean
Procan?
Queen of? Yeah.
Yeah, should we greet the queen? Do you think that's how they do it here?
It's a good point.
I'm rather short. I can't quite see what everyone else is doing.
Feels like we should most probably thank her, but do we thank her before or after the meal?
I don't know. Usually, back in my village, you enter a place and you greet the host or the hostess. And I guess you thank them afterwards as well. But I don't want to those things like we do.
Krethik, is Krethik there? Is he there?
Yeah.
Krethik, would it be best to thank the Queen before or after our meal? What's your custom?
Well, to be honest, I would say after. I know that she's going to be doing a speech in the next few moments or so for us all. So I would probably talk to her after the feast. It's more gracious to thank once you have enjoyed the food, because we like honesty here. In the Lizard Folk
Okay.
colony.
Okay.
Because if you haven't
there
enjoyed
any-
the food and not tried it yet, that's deceitful.
Oh no, we just.
Oh,
We're trying it. We just didn't know if it was rude to eat before.
Oh
That's
no, help
so-
yourself. You can see everyone is enjoying. It's no, not at all.
do you have any recommendations? Did they serve that delicious looking meat that they were prepping in the kitchen?
Oh yes, that's all they'll be serving. The sahuragine,
Sahuagin.
the shark, sahuagin, the shark, other various meats and things we can find. Yes, and there's lots of drinking mugs, lots of drinks. You can try some of the spiced oil that I know my friends mentioned. But yes, just grab a bowl, grab a plate, help yourself, and get talking to, have a chat, mingle, do what you do.
Do we eat before the Queen's speech or afterwards?
Eat before the Queen's speech. Eat before the Queen's speech.
Is that right?
Yes.
Krethik?
Krethik's
Yes,
just said.
before.
Oh, okay, here,
before
sorry.
and after.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I'm going to help myself to all of that then.
So I grab a bit of what I think is shock.
There
I
are
have a little bit of everything.
There are several like mugs of ales left out. There's large pouring tankards of various wines, and
I'll just put you all in.
there is the fresh baked bread upon Loki. Get down. Fresh baked bread, fresh baked bread in baskets upon the table. There's various fresh fruits, like your papayas and your mangoes. It's not a bland meal by any means. It's a colourful spread of foods. There's dried meats. There's all sorts of shit on there, so you can help yourselves to what you wish. Himbo, you find yourself sat next to a child, lizard folk child, who seems to be bouncing up and down excitedly as he takes another, or they, unsure if it's male or female, as they take a large gulp from a what appears to be a wooden tankard of wine.
They start him young. I remember those days. Oh, I like this place more and more. I want to keep taking like some of the dried meats and like I take a mouthful and just drop some into my other hand and like put it in my pocket.
Are you trying to be sneaky?
But yes.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Yeah, it's a 5.
So as they're doing that, the child lizardfolk kind of just looks at you and sees what you're doing and just points and just like nudges the adult next to him, and he looks over and kind of like frowns at you and kind of gestures to like put it down, because obviously they can't speak common, but they just put down. I'm
gonna shrug my shoulders and just like
Eat.
point and then do like the sleeping hand gestures next to my face, like, you know, I get hungry at night, okay?
Eat
Well,
now.
I continue to eat. That's not a problem.
Sleep after. Eat now.
No, eat and sleep. Eat and sleep.
Kind of bellows
The
like,
night
sleep
hungers are real.
after. And
Wine. I grab a tankard. Wine.
I think he kind of just shrugs his head and like looks to the other lizardfolk next to you, and like moves his kid like into him and away from you.
Doesn't love me.
Elrin,
Okay.
you wanted to keep an eye on the queen, yeah?
Or just the whole room. I just, didn't want my back to people.
Okay, make a perception check for me.
Um,
26.
it's close to 18, it's a 6.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
Perception's
Um,
only a +4.
Oh my god.
You see another small child who has not been present at the feast run up from behind the queen's throne and jump up onto the queen's lap, take a piece of bread from her plate, munch it, gives a small giggle. The queen pats the child on the head, mutters something in its ear, and it jumps off her knee and leaves the room again.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I want to follow the kid. Oh. Could try and like sneak out of the room to follow, see where the kid's going.
It will be very difficult to go behind the queen's throne sneakily. You don't exactly blend in.
No, that is very true.
So like a 6-foot elf.
Ah, yeah. But I'm so curious. Oh, I want to try.
When I say it would be very difficult, what I'm saying to you is you will not be able to do it. I'm giving you an out.
Fine, I will stay sat down.
But I mean, that's the only child that seems to have approached the queen. There are lots of people mingling, walking around, lots of people not sat. lots of people kind of glancing over at these not green-skinned individuals within the room. Gimbal, you see a particularly delicious-looking plate of mushrooms.
I'm gonna reach over for it cautiously, at risk of offending anyone, but also just too hungry to really care that much.
What? How many do you take? Do you just take the whole plate?
Just grabbing a handful, as much as my little hands can fit.
Yeah, you managed to get about 2.5 mushrooms.
Me and my dinky little hands.
Do you gobble it up?
Yes.
Roll a d100 for me.
Oh, I've never used that one before.
So it's a
Is that the one
d1.
with the tens on it?
Yeah, and so roll a d10 and a d100.
71.
Okay, you're fine.
I'm gonna live in ignorance and not ask why I just dodged.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell you anyway.
Good. Good.
Yep, so as you're all sat around the tables, feasting upon their meals, and those of you who are drinking their wines and ales, enjoying a nice drink, there's a scraping of wood on floor as the queen rises, and the chatter begins to silence as all the lizard folk turn to watch her. Even the children hush, and some of them just like squat down in place, anticipating what is to come.
Okay. So Offa Kent kind of and she stood there, waits for the kind of it to be so quiet that a pin could drop. Tonight, under and just FYI, Krethic is translating this for all of you because it's in their language. Tonight, under this canopy of stars, we gather not just to feast, but to celebrate the resilience of our people. We have weathered turbulent tides, traversed barren lands, and faced trials that tested the very fabric of our unity. But here we are stronger, wiser, and united. Today we set our gaze upon a horizon brimming with possibility. Let this gathering mark the dawn of a new era, not characterized by the shadows of discord, but the radiance of unity and cooperation and alliance. We will sow the fertile soils of peace and create the seeds of prosperity and nurture the saplings of understanding. For every claw that reaches out in friendship, for every tail that offers support, for every heart that beats with empathy, these are the foundations upon which we shall build our destiny. May this feast not merely satiate our hunger, but nourish our souls, fostering bonds that endure the tests of time. Together, we can begin to create the legacy we leave behind as one of unity and strength. So, let us pledge the prosperity of people and our guests. I raise my goblet. Cheers! And then all of the lizard folk kind of lift their goblets and like, no!
Cheers.
We cheers.
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 Okay. After that, the queen sits down, and all the lizard folk are kind of, you know, the vibe was positive, but now they're really happy. They're like laughing, or what you would assume is laughing, and chatting even more. Yeah.
Are all sitting in a row, or are we like intermingled with us, just in places near someone, or?
You're all sitting not on the same table, but within proximity to each other.
Okay. So we're in proximity to lizard.
Yes.
Okay. I'll attempt to make conversation.
With a lizard.
Yep. I don't lie.
Go for it.
So who am I seated near? Like what? Adults, children, old people?
You don't. An interesting thing is you don't see many old lizard folk. But there are lots of adults, but no elderly in the room currently.
Okay.
But yeah, you are seated around several adults.
Okay. I'm gonna point at the food on my plate and go, very delicious. This is so good. Are you enjoying yours?
You realise that the one that sat next to you is the one that you were talking to in the kitchen, and he says, delicious! Long, crispy, delicious.
Yes. Very crispy, very delicious. You cooked it for a very long time. Very good. So, I applaud you and your team. And I clap. Yay. Like little tiny clap, not a proper clap,
He kind of claps like, ha ha, yes! And points to itself and says, Frack!
Point to my airless hill button.
Airless.
Yes. Thrak.
Frack.
VRAKK.
Thrak.
Put it in the chat.
Pleasure to meet you, Thrak.
Frack. Pleasure. Pleasure.
Pleasure. Who's that? What is that?
Pleasure.
Oh, pleasure. Oh, sorry. My ears aren't very good. There's so many voices here, and I'm so very small.
Delicious.
Yes, delicious. I'm going to point to other things I haven't tried yet and go delicious.
Delicious.
Oh, I'll have to try some of that then. And I try it and I'm like, oh, delicious.
Delicious.
And it just kind of goes through like that with different things.
You do, all of you, as you're eating, you do find that, if anything, it's a bit over-seasoned, a bit too salty, a bit too spicy, a bit... It's almost like their palates aren't as sensitive as all of yours. It's delicious, but it's too much.
How many tears are going down my face right now?
How much of
is it too much for me?
How much of the spicy oil are you eating?
Okay,
Are
are you
a lot.
eating DM? Seems to be.
I feel like a dice roll should decide this.
You go
I
for
was
it.
dipping all of my meat
I've had
in the
17.
You've had 17 spicy oil.
Yes.
Christ.
Make a
I
constitution.
have had 15
We like a race
spicy
or
oil.
something.
Okay.
Okay.
Both.
As someone who's used to being on the sea, I'm used to the salt, but the spices get into me.
Yes.
So you're just sat in a corner on your own, Owen.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
for anyone that looks over, just sees like
Oh god.
you kind of hunched over. Your face is like the red
Sweating.
color character, and you have like this sweat, like you're visibly sweating, and it's kind of a bit off-putting, which I guess in a way is in your favour of your character.
I do not want them to talk to me, so
Make a
This has worked out
constitution
perfectly.
saving throw for me,
I'll save it.
Himbo and Elrin.
Natural 20.
Cool.
No way.
You
Not
tried.
on 20.
Himbo, what did you get?
Yes, it's a 13.
Himbo, you are gonna have a spicy butthole later.
Oh boy. That's on my note.
Yeah,
Spicy,
uncontrollable liquid
oozy
fire chips.
Oh, liquid fire. Okay. Shit. Got it. Glad I'm not sleeping in the same room as anyone else.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Dean
Everyone else is gonna have
Sparks,
to.
but so much worse.
Oh no.
Everyone else is gonna. When this releases, everyone else is gonna have to roll their Constitution saving throws.
So a couple of hours pass from the time you've arrived. The room begins to filter out. The children being taken to bed, and certain lizard folks returning to wherever from whence they came. And the atmosphere it's chiller now. People are tipsy, they are merry, but it's kind of like when you're at an after party and most of the people have left and people are just kind of sat up talking for the sake of sitting up and talking. It's chill.
Just enjoying the atmosphere.
Yeah. Is the Queen still sat there, or?
Currently,
Yeah, so as it's kind of milling down, the kind of little lizard child that you saw comes back, clutching what looks like some form of blanket, not the type of blanket you've seen before. It's made of something weird, but just kind of like tugs at Elphic head's she turns and goes, oh, and kind of stands up and says, I bid you all good night. I must get this one to bed. And yeah, obviously Krefik is translating this for you. And she kind of leaves the room through the back. So.
followed by a couple of guards with her.
Oh no, we didn't get a chance to thank her.
Oh, that's okay. No worries. Krefik says he's like, yeah, it's fine. You can thank her tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
You can't interrupt her when she's talking to her wee one.
She has a wee one.
She has so many wee ones, let me tell you. You've seen the amount I have.
Oh, of course she does.
She's got her own
Yes.
hatchery. She's got her own hatchery.
Wow.
Just to
Of course,
herself.
of course.
Yes.
Oh, they were very sweet.
Yes, exactly.
Gosh, I'm feeling full from all that food. Rather
Oh.
sneaky.
You and me both.
Me three.
There was some good food, although a little bit on the hotter side, shall we say?
I found that as well. I didn't want to say anything, but they went a bit overboard with the seasoning, don't you think?
No,
I mean,
you
I'm
know,
not picky, but
there was quite a lot of spicy on my ridges, but you know, it was a lot.
I think it was perfectly spiced. Sweat still dripping down my face.
We'll
Sure
find her
you
back,
do.
Alwyn, don't worry.
And with that, Krefik kind of says, I should probably take you back to the quarters now. It's getting rather late, because obviously you spent a couple of hours, a couple of hours wandering around.
It's about
so
7
it's
p.m.
probably- yeah, about 7 p.m, but you're obviously full of food. It's been a long day. So I assume you're probably all quite tired. So he kind of notices it and says, right, I'll take you back to your quarters, and obviously the three of us will share with you. Yeah, and so you head back. Put you all in.
Clement, can you make a charisma check, please? In fact, all of you go ahead and make a charisma check for me.
Oh no.
No, no.
Problematic. I got a natural 1.
Oh, me as well. No way.
I have 19.
No, I got 13.
Okay.
It's probably not good.
And Himbo?
Oh, charisma. There we go. Sorry. 16.
Cool. Thank you.
Should I roll for Oceanus?
No. But if you want to roll for Gimbal, I'll roll for not Gimbal, Gerald, and I'll roll for Tosca.
Can I re-roll with my halfling luck? Am I allowed to do that? Because I'm not happy with having 13 for that.
You can halfling luck only lets you re-roll once, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Did you roll a 1?
No.
Then no.
Damn it.
Charisma.
I rolled an 11. That's like 2 1.
Gerald is 2.
Yeah, I rolled an 8 for Tosca, so it's no's for them. Actually, although charisma Tosca is +4, so 12 for Tosca. Nice. Okay, so you all make your way back to the sleeping quarters. You see that there is a guard stationed at each of the doors that previously weren't there. You can infer it's because Krethic also needs to sleep at some point, and they have put those guards there to ensure you do not go wandering in the night. Whilst they are becoming more familiar and at ease with having you humanoids in their homeland, they still do not you still do not have to have permission to be wandering entirely. We are going to the lights. Most of the candles are put out and dimmed. There are very few, maybe 1 or 2 candles left lit in wall sconces. There are a couple of lizard folk asleep on mattresses already. Is there anything you wish to do before you take your long rest?
Well, not for me.
I can think of.
No, I think sleep times.
I want to take a shit.
There is a bucket in the corner.
Oh
Oh
no.
no! Oh no! Is that in real life?
Still sweating, so it's coming.
Oh no.
We need to be well rested for our crocodile extravaganza tomorrow. We don't want to be gassed out of our sleep. We're gonna need all the rest we can get.
Alice, would you like to bunk next to me?
Yes, please. We're far away from the corner with the
Which corner
Yeah,
has
which
the
corner?
bucket?
Corner of the bucket? If it happens to be next to Gerald, does it? That's
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
perfect.
I'll
Oh,
go.
Put an L in there.
Yeah.
Be as far away as possible.
Yeah.
I don't take up much space.
You can also push these bunks together. I mean, they're
Not big to the floor.
yeah, they're just like straw mats on the floor.
He'll be here. Next to Gerald.
Shitting violently.
Oh god, imagine someone shitting violently right next to your floor bed. Like,
So, how
Oh,
much damage does Gerald take through the night?
Gerald has the poisoned effect now.
does anyone have any emotion?
To be fair,
Oh,
Rob should
God.
take a cost
Uh, is it like an opposed roll? So like himbo rolls for how bad the smell is.
Himbo rolls to hit.
Yeah. Oh lord, there's a lot of spice to deal with.
He's doing a pure, like an air attack.
Oh, God.
Mhm.
Hardcore attack.
That's not great. Oh god. Oh dear.
I've never prayed to Procan in my life, but I'm holding on to this bucket saying, please, Procan. Free me.
Show mercy.
Gonna hold up my whole blood cover with no.
Alice.
Yeah. Yeah. Clement? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, stage
all
whisper
good.
so we can hear.
Okay, go.
Good. Fabulous.
I was gonna say, I don't think my mic was picking up my whisper.
No one else can
Yeah.
hear this.
Okay.
You know how you said about trust earlier?
Yeah.
It was really nice. Thanks.
Oh, yes, you as well. That was very sweet of you. You've saved my life, so I trust you to, have my back again. And I really value you.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Well, I know it's not been long since we've known each other, but I feel like I can gift you my name. So,
Oh,
long story short, my father said when I was younger that a title is easily earned, but respect can only be given through name. Hence, why you will call me Clement, because you haven't earned my respect yet. Well, Gerald has, in a weird roundabout way after he saved my ass with a boat, but that's a whole long story. But if you want, and if you feel like it, you can call me Janie or Maury.
Maury?
Oh yeah,
Janie and Maury.
Janie or
You-
Maury. Up to
Oh,
you.
Maury. Oh, they're both lovely names. How do you spell those? Just so that I can, remember in my brain properly.
Janie or Maury. It's actually short for Morwenna. More.
M-O-R-E, more.
Yeah. Yes, it's
Wow.
Maury.
And
She's a fucking bar, okay? Like, great. And plus it's Morwenna, so Morwena. So, like, it didn't I in it because it's an E, so she's joined it. So Maury.
Thank you so much for trusting me with your names. Is this something that you would rather I call you not in front of other people? You haven't trusted them enough to call you that. Would you prefer for me to continue using Clement in front of the others?
You can call it in front of me. They have to earn it yet, though. Well,
Oh.
they're nearly there. They're nearly there.
Well, thank you, Janie. That's so sweet of you. And I wish that I could, return the favor in some kind of way. But and as with most of my people, we're fairly open books. I don't really have any share like that. But if I think I will share it with you.
Just make me scrambled it and I'll be happy.
Absolutely.
Maybe we should
I
play
think
that
me
game.
and
Scrambled
well,
intestines, yes.
oh
say that.
yeah, you're right. Actually, they probably don't eat eggs here.
Yeah.
When we move on from the lizard folk, settlement, I shall make you whatever you wish for breakfast.
That'd be good. Thanks.
You better remind me though, because my brain flits around and put a place to do. I don't want to forget, but it may.
That's fair. Good night, Alice.
Good night. Don't let the thousand-tooth crocodile bite.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one in the morning.
Yeah, I think I got this. Though I'm pretty sure I can talk him down.
I think we're best to be prepared tomorrow.
Yeah. I'd talk with a certain elf gentleman about not rushing into situations.
Yes, we might not want to talk the other one into killing us as well.
Yeah. Oh, Jamie. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
Force the family.
that's alright. He just shows off.
And
Like a light switch, pretty much. Go.
we will wrap it up there, I think. You all successfully complete your long rest.
Yay!
Yeah.
The idea of that, though, because we all know what's happening.
Oh, get nice back and up. Full health, yeah, boy. Your rage is back.
I didn't use my inspiration. Damn.
Sad times.
Very sad.
You've done that on your +1.
Everyone,
Lost.
say goodbye to the stream.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye,
Bye,
stream.
stream.
Keep on swimming.